While the internet was frozen in the mannequin challenge, someone else was still moving, watching, quiet, slightly critical. Psychologists actually have a term for people like this. And no, it's not what you're expecting. You've met them. When TikTok dances exploded everywhere, they kept scrolling. When everyone shared their Spotify Wrapped, they didn't feel the urge. These people are called trend resistors, and there's a real chance their brains don't work the same way as most people's. Stick with me because this gets stranger than it sounds. Let's start with a simple question. When everyone around you tells you to do something, what happens inside you? If you're a trend resistor, your instinct isn't curiosity, it's resistance. Psychologists call this psychological reactance, and it's not just being difficult or edgy, it's a built-in defense system. The moment these people sense their freedom being nudged, even gently, like you have to try this app, their brain flips into pushback mode. The more popular something becomes, the more it starts to feel like pressure, and for trend resistors, pressure doesn't motivate, it repels. You've felt this before. Someone tells you it's time to sleep, and suddenly you're wide awake. Someone says you can't have that cookie, and now it's the only thing you want. We're wired to protect autonomy. Trends, ironically, can feel like tiny threats to it. But here's the deeper layer. Trend resistors aren't just avoiding trends because they're annoying. Research shows that people with a strong desire for uniqueness feel genuine discomfort when they believe they're blending in too much. It's not indifference, it's identity protection. A trend doesn't just feel boring. It feels invasive, like their sense of self has an immune system, and trends are pathogens trying to sneak in. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, isn't rejecting trends just another trend? Congratulations, you've stumbled into the hipster paradox. In 2014, actual mathematicians modeled this exact phenomenon. When too many people try to be different in the same way, they end up indistinguishable. It's ironic, it's poetic, and mathematically unavoidable. But real trend resistors aren't trying to stand out. They're not trying to make a statement. They honestly just don't care. And this is where an important distinction matters. There are two very different types of people here. Type 1 is the contrarian. These people define themselves by opposition. If something is popular, they immediately dislike it. Their personality is built on criticism. Show them anything trending, and they'll explain why it's overrated, shallow, or doomed. They're not resisting trends, they're orbiting them loudly. Type 2 is the authentic non-participant. These people aren't anti-trend, they're simply tuned inward. Their decisions come from personal values, not social momentum. Here's the psychological difference. Contrarians are externally driven. Their choices are reactions. Authentic non-participants are internally guided. Trends don't control them, not forward or backward. Studies on self-monitoring, the degree to which we adjust ourselves based on social context, show that people who are low self-monitors are far less influenced by trends. They're not resisting anything. They literally process social signals differently. The viral song everyone loves, to them, it's just sound. They either enjoy it or they don't. Popularity doesn't enter the equation. So why would evolution create brains like this? Plot twist, these people may have kept us alive. Throughout human history, when the group moved in one direction, someone had to hesitate. When everyone wanted to hunt there, someone had to look elsewhere. Groups survive because not everyone thinks the same way. Imagine an ancient tribe where everyone chased the same food source, drank from the same water, claimed the same land. Disaster. But a few individuals saying, "I'm not convinced," meant backups, alternatives, escape routes. When the main resource vanished, guess who already had a plan B? There's even genetic evidence tied to this. The DRD4-7R gene, sometimes called the wanderer gene, is linked to novelty, seeking, and resistance to social norms. These were likely the people who left the safety of the group to explore the unknown. Sometimes they found opportunity, sometimes danger, But without them, progress stalled. So are trend resistors happier? The answer is complicated and kind of beautiful. On one side, they report higher satisfaction with their choices. No FOMO, no performative living. Their decisions feel intentional. When they buy something, it's because it resonates, not because it's trending. That creates a deep sense of ownership over life. But humans are social animals. We're wired for shared meaning. Trends, as irritating as they can be, create collective moments, references, jokes, conversations. Opting out of everything can mean opting out of connection. That awkward moment when everyone's discussing a show you didn't watch, that sting is real. A 2019 study found that moderate trend participation leads to higher life satisfaction than either extreme adoption or total resistance. The healthiest place seems to be selective engagement, joining what genuinely speaks to you and skipping what doesn't, regardless of popularity, which leads us to an uncomfortable truth. Many people who believe they're authentic non-participants are actually contrarians in disguise. If your automatic response to popularity is "that's basic" or "people are sheep," you're not free, you're reactive. You've just chosen rejection as your identity. You're like a shadow. Shadows don't exist on their own. They need something to oppose. When the object moves, the shadow moves too. True independence isn't about saying no to everything popular. It's about being able to say yes without irony and no without ego. To enjoy a Taylor Swift song because you like it. To skip a viral challenge without feeling superior. To wear Crocs because they're comfortable, not because they're cool or uncool. Here's the hardest question. If everyone stopped doing the thing you're refusing to do, would you still refuse? If yes, you're authentic. If no, you've been performing. So here's what psychology actually tells us. People who avoid trends aren't smarter or duller. They're not superior or deprived. They're simply wired differently. Some minds are tuned to social harmony and shared experience. Others run on internal alignment and personal curiosity. Neither is better until one starts judging the other, because the moment trend followers mock individuality or trend resistors mock participation, everyone loses. The uncomfortable truth is this: we're all performing something. The difference is whether we're conscious of it. So, are you a trend resistor, or do you just think you are? Let me know in the comments. Unless engaging is too mainstream for you. And if you found this valuable, subscribe or click join to support the channel. It genuinely helps. And check out the next video if you want your everyday behaviors explained in a way that actually makes sense.